A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a groundbreaking development for justice in South Africa, President Cyril Ramaphosa has ordered an inquiry to investigate whether previous governments, particularly those led by the African National Congress, ANC, intentionally obstructed investigations and prosecutions related to crimes committed during the Apartheid-Era. This historic decision comes after years of advocacy from survivors and families of victims who have long demanded accountability for the atrocities committed under the apartheid regime. The inquiry will probe allegations of improper influence in delaying or hindering investigations, a serious claim that has been leveled against successive ANC-led governments since the end of apartheid in 1994. The ANC, which played a pivotal role in the struggle against apartheid, has faced criticism for prioritizing national reconciliation over justice for victims. Ramaphosa's announcement follows a court case initiated in January by 25 survivors and relatives of apartheid-era victims, who accused the government of failing to properly address unresolved killings and disappearances that occurred during the years of racial segregation. This legal action highlighted the ongoing pain and frustration felt by those who lost loved ones to state-sponsored violence, as well as the perceived inaction from the government in implementing the recommendations of the Truth and Reconciliation Commissions, TRC, established in 1996 under the leadership of Nelson Mandela and chaired by Desmond Tutu. The TRC aimed to expose the truth behind apartheid-era crimes and offered a platform for perpetrators to confess their roles in exchange for amnesty. However, many cases went unresolved, and countless victims and their families still await justice. One of the most notorious unresolved cases is that of the Cradock Four, a group of black anti-apartheid activists who were abducted and murdered by security forces in 1985. Despite testimony from former police officers during the TRC hearings, no one has been prosecuted for their deaths, and the circumstances surrounding their murders remain shrouded in mystery. Lekanyo Kalada, son of Fort Kalada, one of the Cradock Four, has been vocal in his pursuit of justice, stating that successive governments have failed to act on the TRC's recommendations and have actively obstructed investigations. He, along with other relatives, contends that government ministers intervened to prevent accountability for these crimes. The inquiry announced by Ramaphosa is part of a settlement agreement stemming from the January court case, which has been welcomed by victims' families who have fought tirelessly for recognition and justice. In a statement, Ramaphosa expressed his understanding of the anguish experienced by these families, acknowledging their long struggle for justice and the need to uncover the truth behind the actions of past administrations. The TRC, which heard harrowing testimonies from victims and perpetrators alike, granted amnesty to many who confessed to their crimes, yet it also recommended over 300 cases for prosecution. The new inquiry is expected to shed light on these unresolved cases and determine the extent of governmental interference in the pursuit of justice. As South Africa prepares for this inquiry, it represents a crucial step towards healing and closure for the families affected by apartheid-era violence. The inquiry will not only seek to establish the truth but also hold accountable those who played a role in obstructing justice. With a new inquest into the Cradock Four set to begin in June, coinciding with the 40th anniversary of their deaths, the country is poised to confront its past and seek a path forward. The inquiry will be led by a yet-to-be-announced figure, who will oversee the investigation and ensure that the voices of victims and their families are heard. As South Africa grapples with its complex history, this inquiry could be a turning point in the ongoing quest for justice and accountability, allowing the nation to move closer to reconciling its past with its present. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.